guys, what is up? Welcome back here again, and thanks for checking out the video. So, quick little product overview today. I found a cool little new tourniquet made by Snake Staff System, which is kind of a silly name, but you know, here we are. So we got two new tourniquets, and kind of the big selling point of these things are the size. As you can see, these things are very small. So this is their kind of normal, what do they call it? ETQ, which I believe is their everyday tourniquet. So this is their normal size one, and then this is their wide version. So to get a size comparison, here's a normal Glock 19 magazine, 15 rounds, and here is their normal, I need like a white background or something. There I go, my face, perfect. And there's their normal tourniquet compared to the normal Glock mag. And then for comparison, they're wide. Personally, I wanted to get both, just kind of play with both and see how they kind of fared, and I really wanted to play with the wide because I would prefer a wider strap, you know, less tissue damage and stuff like that after I actually have to use it. But therefore, again, you know, if I actually need to do it, you have some sort of arterial bleed, it doesn't really matter for tissue damage, not that much. But anyway, so my kind of overview and kind of opinions on this thing, it's cool. And just for a size comparison as well, here's a normal cat tourniquet. That is a big boy, and then you got a small boy. So here's a look at small boy. So they're kind of their big thing, their selling point of this tourniquet is that, well, one, obviously the size. Two is this sort of latch system. I kind of like this little latch system. It kind of fits in there, and then also it has this little vial that glows in the dark, just kind of like a little nightstick sort of thing. So that's kind of interesting. I'm not exactly sure why that's there. They do sell replacements with this little Allen key, hex key, whatever thing in there. Kind of take that up, pop this vial on, and then put a new one and screw it back in. So the system there is actually kind of nice. I don't really know why they actually have this. Really, I mean, I suppose if it's dark, you can actually see it and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. But it is kind of neat nonetheless. So when you do put this on, people are wondering, well, how does it work? When you do put this on, it will crack. It will break the glow stick when this little plastic piece will bend, as you can see how it's bending there. Wow, physics. So once it bends, it will pop the thing, make it glow, you know, and then science takes over, and then it's bioluminescence and all that fun stuff. So using this thing it's pretty easy to use. I will say it kind of sucks practicing on yourself. Kind of a weird thing to say. But putting it on yourself is a little bit, you know, obviously it's easy. It's a little bit trickier than the cat tourniquet, but I would say it's still a little bit easier than the soft T style of tourniquets. And those are the only two tourniquets that I recommend, is the cat and the soft T. This one is still kind of up in the air. I'm liking it a lot. You know, it beats the shit out of like the Rats tourniquets and like the SWAT T and all that stupid crap. So I'm a big fan of it for that. I will say it's kind of tricky, so it's easy to put on, sort of. And I'll demonstrate it here shortly. It's easy to put on, but the windlass is very, obviously it's kind of marketed as a everyday carry one, so this windlass has to be small. It's very hard to get a lot of leverage on this thing. On the arm, it's not too bad. On the legs, it's kind of hard to get a good grip on this thing in order to really crush your leg. Because I got big, thick thighs, you know. In Minnesota, we skate, hockey, not skateboard shit. So we got thick thighs. And I usually have some crap in my pocket too, so sometimes it's kind of hard to crush that femoral artery. So, you know, bigger windlass would be appreciated, but I understand why they do it. Let's see how easy it is to apply. Let's go like this on the arm, because everybody does on the arm. So that's one thing I really like. A lot of the other tourniquets, especially the soft T wide, you kind of have to like fucking like kind of do this sort of thing to get it down, but that slides pretty damn good, I would say. Granted, like I said, I am in Minnesota, so sometimes it is winter, so, you know, the thicker the clothing and all that fun stuff, I don't know. But this, I would say, is sort of my practice tourniquet, so I've used this multiple times. It still works. It hasn't broken, so repeated attempts on it is good. I don't really feel the pulse. It hurts quite a bit, so I would say I did a good job. So now, let's see, hopefully I don't lose my arm here. This will be on the news later. Man loses arm because, yeah, there we go. All right, so yeah, taking that off is a little bit of a tricky pickle, but you know, if you got higher than like room temperature IQ, you should be able to get it done. But yeah, it can be a little bitch to kind of do. But one thing that actually happened there is that this thing is almost too good for snatching the windlass. What happened there is I was actually tightening, and as I kind of came around, it actually pushed in, and now it's locked. Now, granted, I think it was actually locked enough to actually stop my blood from flowing, which is a good thing. But at the same time, if that happens when I needed to go fucking tighter, I'm kind of screwed. At least in some degree. Obviously, I can just loosen it and get it off again, but then re-put it on. But I will say that doesn't really happen with the Cat T's. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, so yeah, these things go for about 30 bucks. Like I said, for kind of an EDC tourniquet, I think they're pretty neat. I think they do the job a lot better than that other shit on the market. And, you know, it's kind of the saying goes, you know, a small gun is better than no gun at all, especially when you need a fucking gun. I would much rather have this big boy instead of the small boy. But, you know, small boy does what it's supposed to do, so it's kind of cool. So I would recommend getting 2 tourniquets, regardless of the size, if you want the uber duper small, slim one, or you want the wide small boy. You know, they're obviously both gonna work. I would buy 2 so you can practice with one and keep this, whatever one you buy, nice and tight and compact. Because, you know, obviously you can see all the shit from my jeans and shit in there, so. I want to see how the Velcro holds up, so after a while I will try to do this and see how well she works. I am not really too concerned about that, but that is the thing I'm sort of, you know, So, phone. It was a spam risk from Washington, D.C. Imagine that. Not right now, Joe, I'm recording. But yeah, for 32 bucks, which is basically comparable to a cat tourniquet or any of the other ones, I mean, I think that's a pretty good price point. And like I said, having something on your body that can actually stop extremity bleeding is pretty fucking cool coming from the limbs. I mean, I'm a big fan of that. So that's why I've been carrying it. I'm liking it so far. I would not replace these with, you know, my cat tourniquets. I wouldn't just throw these fuckers out and put this in like actual kit. But like I said, 30,000 times before, something is better than nothing when it comes to bleeding from your limbs. So, you know, if you think this shit is cool, check it out. I believe the only place that you can actually find these at the moment is from their website, so go there and check those things out. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. So anyway, and yes, I did just put the shirt on because it's still the same day recording all these videos. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Drop a like if you liked it. If you guys are gonna pick one of these things up, let me know. Or if you have experience with these, I want to hear what other people have thoughts about them. I like them. I'm not gonna give my complete stamp of approval, and not that that really means anything, because my stamp of approval on products is basically worthless. But you know, for me personally, I'm not going to get my stamp of approval up until I see the kind of the year wear on this thing, and then try to put it on my body. And if she snaps, then obviously we have an issue. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, like I said, and be good.